Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Thursday, the 22nd of February 2024, the year of 1 million transactions per second and more. Buy BSV.live, probably the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Here we go, let's get into it. So let's start off with a little bit of 365 days of Bitcoin history, with it being the 22nd of February. Let's see what was going on this day a few years back. This is a classic. So on this day in Bitcoin history, PMAC had all 4 of his bank accounts closed. He later admitted to lying on a loan application form. And this was the post that he put out on Twitter. He goes, "My bank has written to me telling me they are closing all 4 of my accounts I have with them. 65 days notice, no reason given. I have banked with them for 25 years. All accounts are in surplus. The same bank rejected my business account application." Can we enlarge that? Oh. So they've said here, important information about your bank account. Please read this letter carefully. Dear Mr. McCormack, we often review accounts to ensure that we can continue to support our customers with the banking needs, and following a recent review of your account, we are writing to let you know that unfortunately we are unable to maintain a banking relationship with you. That is pretty tight, really, because he hasn't done anything against the law. As such, we'll be closing your account in 65 calendar days from the date of this letter. I mean, that's actually pretty outrageous, really, because one, they shouldn't be looking into his business, and if he's not breaking the law or doing anything, what right do they have to do this? It's pretty outrageous, even though he's a goon and a douchebag, but never mind. So what this means for you, after this date, we will stop all regular payments from your account. I mean, what right have they got to do that? And you will need to contact the people you want to pay. I mean, this is really out of order. When your account is closed, you are responsible for cancelling any direct debit payments, such as direct debit standing orders, if these are available on your account, and regular card payments into or out of your account. If someone sends a payment to your closed account, we will take reasonable steps to return the payment to the sender. In the event that you open other accounts during the notice period, those accounts will also be closed. Please note that also applies to any other accounts you may open with the bank at any future point in time, where the bank reserves the right to close those accounts without further notice. I mean, this is absolutely outrageous, really. When the agreement ends and your account is closed, we will pay or transfer money we hold for you or owe you under this agreement to you or to any other persons you name in writing. Funds will be paid paid by check to the above address. Unless you advise otherwise or use the account switching service when funds will be transferred electronically. Please note we may return sufficient funds to cover any liabilities owed to us, or retain any funds. I mean, the guy's an absolute fool, but I do think that's well out of order. That is well out of order. But also on the 22nd of February 2021, it said there was an ETH flash crash on Kraken. Let's find out what this was all about then. Here we go. ETH flash crash on Kraken. Recovers $1,000 within an hour. I guess this is in brief. Popular crypto exchange Kraken saw ETH prices flash crash to $700 on Monday, 22nd of February. One reason for this may be leveraged traders getting washed out, or it could be market manipulation, which I strongly suspect. No other exchange saw such a fall, leaving questions as to the real reasons for the drop. Take advantage of it, blah, blah, blah. Right, crypto markets are in turmoil on Monday thanks to some heavy liquidations. The Ethereum price appeared to plunge dramatically more on the Kraken exchange compared to its peers. BTC and ETH have paired back gains for impressive rallies the previous week. However, sellers were out in force to start the new week, pushing the top 2 currencies by market cap into the red by more than 15% at one point. When BTC falls, it tends to drag down the entire market with it. But should it cause ETH to drop by some $1,000? I mean, that is huge. Probably not. Several influencers observed the so-called flash crash on Kraken, including Defiant News author Camilla Russo. Look at that. That is outrageous. Crazy ETH flash crash to $700 on Kraken. Now back to $1,700. That is absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Oh my god. And again, it will just be leveraged traders getting their positions wiped out. Personally, in my opinion, I suspect the exchange is in on this. they'll be orchestrating it just to liquidate positions for no other reason than it's getting greedy. That is outrageous. Leverage traders get washed out. Funding rates for leverage traders appear high at the time of the sell-off. Traders want to cash in on crypto's volatility, will often borrow funds to build up bigger positions. Consequently, interest rates will rise as more traders borrow, creating the potential for massive liquidations. Funding rate data from Viewbase shows that the following sell-off traders have dramatically reduced their leverage as both BTC and ETH recover. At press time, Ether has recovered to $1,760, creating an enormous weekly candle in the process, resembling a similar one to the 2017 bull market. Data error or panic ETH selling? It's unclear yet what caused the deviation on Kraken. They'll never find out either. Leverage, as explained above, may be one cause. Kraken offers leverage trading of up to 5x for its users, which is actually lower than many other platforms. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that. No manipulation to see here. That is ridiculous. During heavy liquidations, many exchanges experienced technical issues. Binance, for example, was embroiled in controversy on February 19th when it temporarily suspended ETH withdrawals due to congestion. In this case, Kraken was no exception, as it confirmed via Twitter that it was having some technical issues. Technical issues! It's technical issues, so it's nothing to do with the market. That's outrageous. One astute observer notes the lower liquidity issues on Kraken. I think that's just an excuse. Less liquidity than on Binance, with so many leveraged positions that got liquidated in a few minutes. Again, liquidated by the exchange, so they did well. We get the airdrop, but the less liquid the market is, the deeper the hole. One absurd but totally plausible reason could be a panicked seller typing an incorrect figure into Kraken's trading platform. If that were the case, the trading bots would likely pick up the trade instantly, scoring a massive return in the trading bots and all this crap. Isn't this exactly what we heard for BitConnect and all this crap? It's trading bots. What a convenient excuse. I don't buy that for 1 minute. Absolute crap. These exchanges are completely unregulated. They've just stolen their customers' crypto. That's literally all they've done. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. So there we go. So anyway, that's the news bit of Bitcoin history. Let's catch up with what went on today. Oh my God. This was absolutely hilarious. I've been loving watching the news feed of this. So let's let me think. I go on to my news feed. I've liked and retweeted a lot of the posts that people posted out today. Absolutely brilliant. Here we go. Let's start from here. So Richard Bosen said the watermark has been cracked. Stand by, though. I guess we're going to see this tomorrow. And Kurt also said, how did Craig know Marty Malney never gave Satoshi admin privileges on Bitcoin Talk? Good question I've put there. Absolutely. And Bose has also said here, he would delete logs just like lightning because Adam Back posted Satoshi staying anonymous is a Bitcoin feature. If I had logs which narrowed the anonymity set towards Satoshi's identity, I would shred them. Again, you're deleting and shredding documents. This is not what blockchain is all about. He doesn't have a clue. And again, they're all nefarious entities. Xiao Lu also said there is likely a watermark in the Bitcoin white paper, and as he posted this with a link to the sans.org website. So some on the BSV Metanet, somebody said, you really love stenography? He said, I do. I wrote a steno detection tool. I can do steno that only the receiving party can detect. I worked on detection of steno, that's stenography. Very much looking forward to that tomorrow. And what we found out today was that Zcash was completely centralized. So let's just start off with the last winners that we heard from. Oh my God, literally, CSW's lawyers tore him to absolute pieces because his timeline totally contradicted himself. Let's start off with the first thing. So he was the creator of Zcash. And he initially said that Zcash is more private or more anonymous, and therefore he said private, even though they're completely different, to Bitcoin, and it's better than Bitcoin. But he later admitted that it was a completely centralized project, and his lawyer was trying to find out when he made these claims. So initially saying, Bitcoin is truly decentralized and that's what you need for a truly decentralized money, something along the lines of that. And then he says, oh yeah, I created Zcash because it's better than Bitcoin. But he admitted that Zcash was completely centralized. So therefore it won't even work as currency because it's centrally controlled. It was hilarious. And the guy literally couldn't remember when he downloaded or used Bitcoin. He was initially saying, I didn't use Bitcoin till years later. But then in 2009, he was saying, I use Bitcoin all the time. And then he claimed that he couldn't have downloaded the Bitcoin software because he didn't have a Windows computer at the time. But then almost like backtracked on that when Craig's lawyer said to him, have you ever programmed on Python? And have you ever programmed on Python using a Windows computer? And it was like, and when did you do that? Oh, that was 2009. Right, so you effectively did have a Windows computer in 2009 in order to code on Python. Is what he came up with. And there were some other absolutely fantastic points that they put to him as well, where literally he was lost for words, honestly. If ever there was a clown show that you want to look at, and somebody made a comment on the smile that this guy kept giving the camera and the big eyes, almost as if he was kind of like on a date with CSW's lawyer, giving him the big eyes and the big smiles and all that. Honestly, it was just absolutely hilarious. I literally couldn't believe what I was hearing at some points. So with regard to the dates, he was just like, so I was using Bitcoin heavily in 2009. But I didn't use it till actually years later. Well, that's a bit of a contrast in itself. And CSW's lawyer was basically trying to get this timeline off him. Honestly, just an abs. And also, this is meant to be like an expert witness from COPA who almost like didn't even know what time of day it is. Yeah, well, did you have a Windows computer in 2009? That's not exactly years later, but you're saying that you're using Bitcoin all the time. But now you say you didn't, you're saying that Zcash is better than Bitcoin, but the Zcash is centrally controlled, so therefore it's nothing like Bitcoin. You've said that you didn't think that Bitcoin could work. What was that based on? He said it was flawed. So what made you think that Bitcoin was flawed? He was like, I thought it was flawed because it involved having synchronized global time around the world, even though sort of Bitcoin runs on UTC time. Honestly, it was just absolutely hilarious. And Alex Flavel also posted it. He said the witness prior to the one I was just talking about said, the witness just found that their witness statement was incorrect. He hadn't noted a standard random library had been proposed in 2002 when he said the library came into being in 2006, which is why I face-palmed it. Like, honestly, it was just absolutely hilarious. Satoshi's vision here, and I said, great summing up, this just about nails it. And he said, COPA, over for the day. BTC is F. The stories they peddled are all falling apart under oath. Two old school BTC devs just ruined all for COPA. Honestly, I wish I'd seen the effectively what sounded like an interrogation of Mike Hearn. I heard that Lord Grabiner was a gangster to him. It sounded fantastic because he wouldn't let Mike Hearn get away with saying, I'm not really sure if I or something to do with like seeing the white paper or something like that, skirting around it. The question was a straight, did you or did you not? Give us a yes or no. I didn't see that bit, but I really wish I had done now. And also Diego has said here, check this out, this is great. John Matonis describes how he got conclusive proof that Craig was Satoshi. So let's have a read of this. During the London proof session, this is John's words, I had the opportunity to review the relevant data along three distinct lines: cryptographic, social, and technical. Based on what I witnessed, it is my firm belief that Craig Stephen Wright satisfies all three categories. For cryptographic proof in my presence, Craig signed and verified a message using the private key from block 1, newly generated coins, and from block 9, newly generated coins, the first transaction to Hal Finney. The social evidence including his unique personality, early emails that I received, and early drafts of the Bitcoin white paper points to Craig as the creator. I also received satisfactory explanations to my questions about registering the bitcoin.org domain and the various time of day postings to Bitcoin Talk forum. Additionally, Craig's technical working knowledge of public key encryption, Bitcoin's addressing system, and proof of work consensus in a distributed peer-to-peer environment is very strong. According to me, the proof is conclusive, and I have no doubt that Craig Stephen Wright is the person behind the Bitcoin technology, Nakamoto consensus, and the Satoshi Nakamoto name. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal from John Matonis, being the co-founder of the Bitcoin Foundation, along with Gavin Andresen, and one of the earliest supporters of Bitcoin. I mean, it's just absolutely huge. Diego also said here, breaking, Bitcoin BTC, again quoting the European Central Bank. The European Central Bank said Bitcoin has failed to become a global decentralized digital currency, instead falling victim to fraud and manipulation. Well, that's very true. The recent approval of an ETF doesn't change the fact that Bitcoin is costly, slow, and inconvenient, argues the European Central Bank blog. But again, they are not being truthful here, because they know full well that BTC is not Bitcoin. It doesn't follow the white paper at all. It's not even a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So I've pointed out here, they conveniently fail to mention that the fraud is that they themselves are not referring to Bitcoin. They are referring to BTC. That isn't Bitcoin, but a fraudulent SegWit alt shitcoin passing off as Bitcoin. And I strongly suspect they know it. Calling them out on that. And also, again, another one from Diego saying, Adam Back this was yesterday. Adam Back just testified that BTC doesn't adhere to the principles outlined in the Bitcoin Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. Honestly, he was absolutely clueless. Really, really great point here about how Adam Back's saying that coins were created through proof of work. Well, that's a bit like saying gold is created by digging for it with pickaxes. It's ridiculous. The gold is already there. The gold is not created when you start digging for it. You dig for it because you hope to find it, knowing, and when you do find it, it's already there. It's not moved. So gold is not created by digging for it. It's already in the ground, and it's the same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is already there. It's in the program. You find it. It's not created through proof of work. The guy is clueless. Absolutely clueless, and yet he's still trying to attribute Satoshi's creation of Bitcoin from his own hashcash, which we now know had already been created by Cynthia Dwork and Moni Namor years before he created his own. Even though there was lots of information about his creation at the time he invented it that he claims he didn't know about. It just stinks. The whole thing absolutely stinks. It's a mockery. But Craig's lawyers did absolutely brilliant today. I have to say they put a smile on my face. The line of questioning was just absolutely fantastic. Couldn't fault them at all. So very much looking forward to tomorrow. That's a 20-minute show. You always get carried away on these things, getting too excited. So we will... let's have a quick look at the figures while we're here. $76, transactions 42.9%, block size 50. It's gone down a bit. We heard Stephen Matthews confirm the other day that he's seen 1.572 million transactions on the Terranode testnet in the lab. So it's already being done. So we'll see that coming on the network. Oh my goodness me! 4.2% more profitable to mine on Bitcoin. The door is being left open. Look at interesting mining on Bcrash because other mining pools I think they had. Let me think. So currently here saying they've got 42.83. That was a lot less than that. The other day it was literally right down here, about almost like as though they were taking 90 degrees off here. But just keeping an eye on this, because this means that the profitability is staying where it is, but other miners are actually reducing their hash rate on the network, meaning they've got loads of hash rate to literally put on the network and crush it when the time comes. That's what I think is going to happen there. Let's have a look at the overall market cap. $1.9 trillion. Oh my god! Well, no, 1.99. So I may as well round it up to 2. Let's have a look at this shitcoin. Just 2% 24-hour trade volume. Market. Oh my God! So market has now got a market cap of $1 trillion. I wasn't sure what I was looking at then. Look at that. BTC has got a $1 trillion market cap. Oh my God. $1 trillion of absolute shite. This is really scary when you think about it. You just got to hope that there's loads of tether in there and that, you know, ordinary people aren't going to get absolutely wrecked when they realise that they've been defrauded. So only $2.5 million of BSV available globally. A little run up on the last 24 hours. Let's have a quick look at Tether though. See what's going on. You can't judge the market without looking at Tether. Let's have a look at the market cap. So there was 97.1 to 97.8. So effectively $700 million gone in the last 7 days. Oh my God. Anyway, we shall leave it there. So as we all know, the powers that be are trying to introduce a totalitarian one world government. And as the WEF said, you will own nothing and be happy. So what you need to do is protect your assets by putting them in a trust arranged by Goodism Association of Trust, the strongest private trusts in the world. If you're interested in finding out about how to put your property in trust, reach out to me and we'll get it sorted out. We'll leave you there. I hope you enjoyed the show, and as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.